Hey there. I think I can speak for everyone when I say that Asgore's love life is a complete mess, no matter which universe you look at. Really think about it. This man managed to have his wife dump him in 2 different universes. That's gotta be painful. Admittedly, it was understandable in Undertale. Toriel just didn't want to be married to a child murderer, which, valid. That doesn't sound too appealing. I'd say that deserves a whopping 1 out of 5 on the boom meter. Not very cool of you, Asgore. However, in Deltarune, it's a bit different. Mind you, this game is far from complete. So far, we've only seen 2 out of the 7 chapters that would make up this game, and in the 2/7 of the game that we've seen, Toriel and Asgore have not interacted very much at all, and whenever they would interact, it's mostly negative. This would consist of Toriel visibly having boundaries, Asgore pushing those boundaries, and Toriel politely ignoring him. And judging by how unhinged Asgore is acting, I'm going to assume that the breakup was fairly recent. My point being, we don't know the full story of Asgore and Toriel's relationship leading into the breakup, and we can't deduce very much with the little that we were given, which is where I come in. This is going to be much less of an actual theory because there's literally nothing backing it up. It's more so just me having fun because I think the thought that I'm about to propose is a fun one to think about. That thought being, Asgore cheating on Toriel with Rudy. I will admit that I don't have too much of a leg to stand on here. Asgore, for all his faults, just doesn't seem like the type to be so unloyal. But I guess after such a long time of being together, certain events can cause people to change. But, again, not enough of the game is released for us to know that. However, if we look past Deltarune into other bits of content, namely the scrapped Undertale Alarm Clock dialogue app, there is a teeny sliver of evidence suggesting that Asgore might be bisexual. Okay, I had to cut out a little bit of audio there because I ended up going on and on about nothing. So yeah, Asgore might be bisexual, that's the end of that part. So how could this happen? How could Asgore cheat on his wife? Based on the stories that we've heard of the Dreamer family's past, they seem to be pretty happy together. My guess is that Rudy could be to blame. Rewinding back to a couple years in the past, we could see that the Dreamer family, Asgore and Toriel, were pretty happily married together. It didn't seem like anything was wrong with their marriage. I don't know if I could say the same about Rudy. We don't know a lot about his wife, aside from the little bits of information that we would get from the dialogue from people around hometown, as well as the thing from the Spamton Sweepstakes Glacier page. It paints the picture of Noelle's mom being a very scary individual. And in this aforementioned Glacier page, Noelle tells a story about a video game that scared her when she was very young. Noelle takes the time to mention that she was so scared of her mom finding out that she would cover her mouth to mask her yelps of fear so that her mom wouldn't come inside of her room and unplug the video game. This doesn't really seem like a lot, but it paints a picture of how intimidating Noelle's mom was, especially even back when she was young. We don't know how she acted towards Rudy during this time, but for the sake of this quote-unquote theory, I'm just going to assume that she held an iron grip even around Rudy. Maybe she bent him over and pegged him a little too hard with like the BBC Bad Dragon strap-on, I have no idea. So here's the little thing that I am proposing. What if Rudy was so fucking sick of his big, scary, mean bitch wife that he ended up getting drunk with Asgore and coercing him to bang him or something? And I will clarify, Asgore is a bottom. He will always be a bottom. I don't see him topping in shit. Like Rudy would call Asgore all sad and shit. They would get to talking. They would fucking head to the bar for a night on the town. They would get a couple rounds. They thought that they would only have a couple drinks, but they end up getting fucking hammered. They look into each other's eyes, and their wieners get hard or something. They don't fuck right then and there at the bar table. Maybe in their cars, but not on the bar table. They don't seem like the guys to fuck on the bar table. Like while Grilby is watching. Or wait, no, Grilby went out of business. What the fuck happened to Grilby and Deltarune? I have no idea. Anyway, whether it was on the bar table in front of everybody, or in their car, or on the nice, soft embrace of Toriel's bed, they bone, they fuck. Just imagine that one scene in Family Guy where Peter has to like live with Cleveland and his wife Loretta for a couple days, and then it just jump cuts like Peter not being able to sleep as Loretta fucking raw dogs Cleveland. Rudy bends Asgore over, face down, ass up. He's like, "Who made that mess?" And Asgore's like, "You did, kid." Rudy and Asgore are like banging upstairs in Toriel's room. Meanwhile, Chris and Asriel are trying to fucking play video games downstairs or some shit. Maybe this is why Asriel went MIA. Like he just couldn't handle hearing his dad moan in delight as he was being filled with like 19 inches of reindeer meat. I don't care what any else said. Rudy's packing. He's got to be packing. Maybe that's why he got like magic cancer or something. He got like cancer in his cock and it's starting to take over or something. I don't fucking know. That's my theory. Have a good day.